I was meant to put a ring on someone, and I didn't bring the ring on with me, so I had to improvise some Shakespeare to. I mean, don't be impressed. It probably was less good than Shakespeare.
Congratulations on Wakanda Forever. There's so much I want to ask you, but I just want to get your thoughts on something to start with. Martin Freeman, national treasure. What do you think of that?
I think you're 20 quid's in the post. I mean, I guess when you've been around for more than 20 minutes, then people start calling you that, yeah.
I mean, I won't lie. In my eyes, you are absolutely a national treasure.
Thank you very much.
So there's a great bit of a movie where you've been found out to be helping out the people of Wakanda. And I was just wondering, what's been the biggest, oh my God, I messed up moment that you've ever had or experienced, whether it's on set or on stage?
I mean, God almighty. Well, never, because as you said, I'm a national treasure. I've had an exemplary working life. I mean, just just the normal run-of-the-mill actor things, where you dry, you forget what you're doing. I remember I was doing Richard III several years ago in London, and I dried. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't bring a prop on. I was meant to put a ring on someone, and I didn't bring the ring on with me, so I had to improvise some Shakespeare to. I mean, don't be impressed. It probably was less good than Shakespeare, but I had to make up some stuff about what would have happened had I brought the ring on, because I put it into my pocket and thought, oh my God, I don't have this crucial prop. That was a pretty bad one, because I looked into the actress's eyes I was working with, and they just went wide with fear, like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you you're making shit up now, making up my blank verse. I think we got away with it.
That is incredible. I mean, I know I called you a national treasure, but I will admit, I don't even think you're as good as Shakespeare. I hope you don't mind me saying that.
I don't at all.
So every time I see you in the MCU, honestly, it just makes me smile so much. But I was wondering, as someone who's done so much and achieved so much throughout your career, when you're working on a Marvel project, do even you have to pinch yourself every now and then to really appreciate what you're a part of?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I think we're all very aware of the fact that this is it's a lovely world to be part of. For me, playing the part I'm playing in these films, it's a very big deal. Yeah, and I'm very proud to be part of it in my small way, because he comes and goes and he's in and out. He's not central to it, but I like the fact that he just comes in as a supporting player and literally he kind of supports our heroes in whichever way he can, and I really enjoy that. I really like that, and it doesn't get any bigger. Culturally, it doesn't have a bigger footprint than these films. They're enormous, and part of the thing of being in films or being in television or painting or playing football or anything, you want to do it for as many people as possible. No one thinks, I'd like to make a record and 6 people hear it. You do want to have as big a reach as possible, and there is no bigger reach than these movies. So I think, I hope everyone sort of feels we're quite privileged in that way. Yeah.
Just following up on that, what has been like the most surreal part of being in the MCU for you? Has there ever been any sort of like on-set moments or encounters with fans where it's really hit you?
I mean, it hits you with fans, especially with when Black Panther came out. The reaction of fans was so not necessarily intense, because I've had intensity before, but it was what it meant to people, I guess. In the wake of the first film coming out, you were just left in no doubt that for a lot of people, these films or that film was more than a film. It was like a cultural event, and almost like a family event for a lot of people, and that was that's rare that you get that sort of reaction in your life. It was really a beautiful thing.
Yeah, you just said it. It must have been so beautiful and like such a privilege to be a part of it and see everyone sort of responding to it. Obviously.
Absolutely. I mean, you want that anyway. You know, you want that in every film you do, and you want as many people as possible to like it, of course. But yeah, it wasn't just like, it was like someone who'd been hungry who just had a meal. It was like the way people devoured it was different. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It kind of leads me nicely onto my next question, actually. Obviously, Wakanda Forever, so much has changed since Black Panther came out in 2018. How has your character changed and evolved as a character in the time since we last saw him?
I think he's just got, I don't know how I don't know. I was going to start saying something which
his music taste, Red Hot Chili Peppers. That was
yeah. Yeah, we found that out. We find out bits of his personal life, I guess, which I can't really talk too much about. But yeah, we see a little bit behind the curtain of Ross's life, which is kind of, I think it's always fun to see someone who's so all about the business and all about work, and that's the front of house thing, to see behind the curtain and see that he has a sort of a normal life as well, is kind of interesting, yeah.
I'm so pleased you mentioned the personal life thing, because that was one of my questions, and when I thought, is that a spoiler? And I took it out, so I'm so pleased.
Yeah, I found out very lately that we're not allowed to, well, we can talk around it, but we can't talk about who my personal life involves, no.
And my entire family is gone! Have I not given everything?
There's a very emotional feeling around Wakanda Forever with Chadwick Boseman, sadly no longer with us. And he touched so many of the cast while I was working on Black Panther. And I was wondering if you have a favourite memory or moment that you shared with him during your time working with him on the film.
I just liked sitting with him, I suppose, because as actors we sit with each other and between shots and between scenes. No, I had a few good chats with Chad, just informally, just about stuff. I think I just liked his manner. He was easy. He was kind of an easy, enjoyable person to talk to. Kind of softly spoken, didn't overspeak. When he laughed, it was with a lot of joy. I think I realised during the first Black Panther just how hard he was working. When I realised how long his days were, that he might be going to the gym before shooting and then to the gym after shooting. That was, it wasn't unheard of for him to go to the gym twice either side of a full shooting day. And that's when I thought, all right, this is a different job. This is like, you're not just an actor, you're also like a professional athlete at the same time. And he did all of that and then obviously was ill for quite a time with no one knowing, and he did all of that selflessly and without any drama, which is kind of incredible, really. What he went through, and the work rate that was still there, the commitment that was still there, and honouring his own privacy as well, which is something that I really relate to. There was even more to admire about him after his death, actually. What we found out about him was even more admirable than what we already admired about him in life. And it was strange. It was strange being back on set without him. It was weird. It felt like a slightly different, well, it's literally a different film, of course, and it's always going to be different with a few years between films. But yeah, it was a very big, notable absence, yeah.
That's a really beautiful and touching tribute. Thank you for telling me that. Finally, I wanted to ask, a big part of the movie is seeing how Wakanda will revive itself without Black Panther. And so I was wondering, out of all the characters that you've ever played before, which one would you most like to revive and play again?
Oh, to play again. I'd like to play Everett Ross again at some point, I would. No, I mean, because he's fun, and I like the level at which he comes into these stories is really enjoyable, because he comes in and does something either useful and or slightly amusing at some point. It's good fun to play, yeah. So I'm always quite keen. to not keep doing things and keep doing things and keep doing things, to be honest. A lot of my work decisions have been based on making things finite, because I think things are supposed to end. But yeah, genuinely, as we're talking about, this film, I do enjoy playing Everett, because he comes in for a finite time, goes off, and then does something else. I do really enjoy that. I like him, and I like playing him.
I love that. So it's a finite time playing Watson. You're done playing Watson.
Again, you never until we're all gone. You don't quite know what's going to happen in your life, right? You don't, and you don't quite know, because it's not only. There's lots of different pieces of that jigsaw puzzle, I suppose, with something like Sherlock and with other things as well. You don't want to say never about. I would say never about some things, but. Yeah, I don't know. You don't always quite know if something has come to the very end of the line or not,
Yeah, of course. Martin, I've got to go. This has honestly been such a pleasure and a thrill talking to you. Congratulations on the movie. And I hope I get to talk to you again soon.
Me too, thank you.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Kevin Hart.
Hi, my name's Eric Stonestreet.
Hi, I'm Margot. I'm Journey.
I'm James McAvoy.
I'm Daniel Radcliffe.
I'm Rebel Wilson.
I'm Jeremy Clarkson.
I'm going to be translating some Scottish tweets for It's Gone Viral.
On It's Gone Viral.
Ooh, on It's Gone Viral.